Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Let's go, baby. Let's get that intro up and running. Let's get into it. Shout out to each and every one of you. Beautiful day to be alive. God bless. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby! Woo! Sorry, I'm just so motivated to be alive. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I got the lumberjack look, you know? People look, you know? You see I look a little more dangerous, huh? When you see I got the hat on and the beard, right? Not the same Sammy. You know, shout out to everybody here. I got my lumberjack Irish Viking style on today. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Love each and every one of you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get the lemon into the water, baby, like we do every single day. Let's put the lemon into the water. I love it. I love it. I love it. These are giant lemons. I think they're called fancy lemons. There's a name for them, right? Smanchy, fancy lemons. I put this in the wash last night. Look how fresh it is. You know, they're up in the attic. I don't think they've ever been washed, if you really think about it. And I was like, man, I think I got to wash this thing. This thing is filthy, dirty, you know. Do I do the front? Ha-ha, you know. It's like that's what it's like to have hair, I guess, right? I did have long hair for a while, so I do know somewhat about long hair. We're going to break down Bitcoin like we do every single day when I'm done playing games with my hat. But it's fun, you know what I mean? And anyway, let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Let's stay hydrated. This decalcifies your pineal gland, all right? You've been taking in so much fluoride that you don't have the same brain that God has provided. Keep drinking the lemon water. It'll reset you, and then you'll be able to do anything you want with your life. I'm telling you, the lemon water was the beginning stages of the Crypto Lifer. This is Sammy Whiff Hat, and I am heavy in whiff, man. I'm telling you, I got into whiff. I'm going with it. I'm going with it, if you get it. You know what I mean? And we're going to break that down for you like we do every single day. If there's a new coin, I'm into it. I know about it. I've heard about it. It does have a $270 million market cap. I wish I got in when it had a $30 million market cap. But, you know, I got plans. Shout out to everybody here. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. Pineal gland, get some crystal form, baby. God bless each and every one of you. Shout out to my pineal gland peoples. Shout out to ANALOS. Yes, Solana backwards is the new coin that is coming up on the ages here. In my trading group, you're going to find out about the hottest, newest coins. Who here finds out about the hottest coins in my trading group? I want to know. Put a 1 in the comment section if you learned about a coin in my trading group that you didn't know about before in the last 2-3 years. Say you're in my group and you found out about a new coin. Who here made, and put a 2 if you've made massive gains off a coin that you found in the trading group. Like you learned it through the trading group, you picked it yourself, but you learned it, then you made massive gains. Bang, bang, bang. So we teach you about coins every single day here, all the time. You're going to learn about the newest, hottest, and look at the massive 2s, you know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Man, I looked at METIS last night, and I did not put it out to the trading group, even put my alert there. Saw that it could make a breakout, even had the target and everything. Dang, I missed out on METIS, but shout out to anyone that may or may not have jumped into METIS for gains, baby, gains. I gave you TRIAS, which continues to rip to the upside. I got to talk about it and break it down. TRIAS, out of control. TRIAS, I don't know how people want to call it. I call it TRIAS. But this thing, look at it. I mean, on a moon mission, up 132%. And, you know, that's since about November 1st. This thing has been on an absolute tear to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to YOTO. How do we find YOTO? How do we get YOTO? How do we find it? Can someone explain how to find and get YOTO? All right? I'll figure it out on my own. You know, CoinGecko tends to kind of be like the underground place for me. We don't go to CoinGecko enough here. I used to go on CoinGecko every single day of my life. Like, I really did. It's weird how things change, you know? Yeah, I already had ANALOS. See, that's the thing. If you're in my trading group, you already know about ANALOS. I updated you about it last night, all right? And we did our weekly screen share last night where we break it down. We talk about so much. We have an absolute blast. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we care about you. We want you to do great and have an amazing life, just like my life is going very, very well. So if my life's going well, your life should go well. And that's kind of how I feel about life. I went through a lot of tough times. You know, I was depressed. I worked a night shift for 6 years of my life. Imagine that, going in at 7 and coming out at 3 in the morning. I had to deal with the guy I worked with, and I only used to work till like 1 or 1:45, but still, by the time I went to bed, it was 3 a.m. every single night of my life. You know, and by the time I woke up, it was 9. You know, I usually get 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I'd still get up pretty early, but I worked a night shift for 6 years of my life. You know what I mean? I wore the same pair of jeans every day because no one saw me. I worked at night. I rode my bike to work when I could. I rode my motorcycle in the freezing cold with I had heated gloves. You know what I mean? Man. But yeah, YOTO is hot. We learned about YOTO yesterday or the day before. YOTO. And it's getting that buzz. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks for everything you do. God bless you and the lifers. Shout out to Mars Solo with the super chat. And someone else already gave a super chat too. Thank you both for starting it off. Can you take a look at SPZ on CoinGecko? Good morning. God bless. Casper, CSPR. We'll take a look at Casper. I gave up on that coin, but we'll take a look at it. I'm no offense. I mean, it might do very, very well for you, and I hope it does. No negative connotation there. I just personally, just so you know, between me and you, I gave up on that coin. WOLFY, Sam from Glen Apps. Glenn, we love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for being a member, an exclusive member. Merry Christmas, Mars Solo. That's so nice of you. And shout out to everyone. Already $36 in chat revenue. I haven't even opened the blinds yet. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. What do you guys recommend the most for Bitcoin cold storage wallet? I like Trezor for Bitcoin cold storage. I think it's an amazing wallet. You know, it doesn't do any backdoor stuff. There's never any, shady stories. You know, if you add a passphrase, it, debunks all the other stuff that they said could happen to, it's awesome. So you do you. But I have a link to the Trezor below, and that's why I have a link to the Trezor. That's what I use for Bitcoin cold storage. Whiff it real good. I use the Arculus wallet. I have an Arculus wallet. I have a Tangent wallet. I have all sorts of wallets everywhere. You know what I mean? Anyway, so where do you find YOTO? How do you get YOTO? No one's answered my question right now. I'm going to sit here. How do we get our hands on YOTO? I don't know. Someone in my trading group knows. How do we buy YOTO? How do you buy a Casper meme coin? You know what I mean? I don't get it. I'm supposed to know it all. I'm the crypto lifer, but this is how I know it all, by acting like I don't know it all. I'm sitting here waiting for someone to tell me how to buy YOTO. YOTO on DEX. Phantom wallet. Oh, so it's a Solana meme coin. But why are people saying it's on... Oh, then why are people saying it's on... Why are people saying that it's on Casper? I'm confused. You know what I mean? Anyway. You know what I mean? YOTO. For Solana. All right. And wow, it has boomed up since, we were looking at it, on the 4 hour? Yeah, so yesterday we looked at it. Wow. So had I aped in yesterday on the live stream, I'd be up 6x right now. Unbelievable. We knew about it yesterday on the live stream. People told us about it. I'm always going after 100 different coins. So even on a wick, though, it would have been up 11x. And this thing just got started. I mean, it came out on the 19th. So you're super early, really 3 days old, and the coin has just continued to go up. I would have got in yesterday somewhere at 10 a.m., somewhere at the beginning of this. Unbelievable. We would have 6x basically had we got into YOTO early. hey, it is what it is. Super risky. It could also gone to zero. You know what I mean? YOTO will be huge, man. You need to read the white paper to understand why. Interesting. Really? I know what you mean, brother. YOTO to gain to 50 million. Right now, what is the market cap? 19 million. I mean, that's tiny. That's tiny. That is tiny. And so, I mean, you heard it here first. Here, this is the channel. I just want to break it down what this channel is. I'm 20, I was 25 years old when I first started getting into trading. I've been trading for 15 years. I'm a technical analyst, obsessive, crazy crazy. I do my, Fibonacci's, VRVP, everything. I go crazy. All right. But we also look for the hottest new coins on this live stream from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. But I also go live in the mornings on the weekend, somewhere between 8 and 10. It's an undisclosed time. I just kind of bounce on in, and people love that. I talked about ANALOS last night, all right? And it was on my radar as a hotter coin to look at, and, it was in this beautiful pennant, made the little dip, but came back up. ELON with a tiny, this has the $58 million market cap. This has already beaten the market cap of YOTO, all right? And again, I only put one willing to lose into these things, between $1 and $3 grand. If I'm feeling really hot about it, $3 grand or something, that's about the most. Maybe $5 grand is the most I'll ever put in something like this. And that, and I have to be willing to lose it all. I usually got into a coin, the week before for 10 or, and I make like 20, 30 grand real fast. And if I make 10 or 20 grand, I'll throw like 4 or 5 grand in a meme, but only if I've come off a big win. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm an extremely risky person when it comes to investing and speculating. You know what I mean? But at this point too, you have to remember, I keep 60% of my portfolio into BTC. I stay cash heavy. I own real estate. I have my hands in a few different pockets. I keep I have like five or six streams of income. I'm on my way to make 7 or 8. So when I get money into a meme coin, I just want to make it clear, I'm not, I'm doing it responsibly if there is some way of doing that, right? So, but this is ANALOS and YOTO, both on my radar today. This looks like it could be making a rising wedge for a bigger move to the upside. ANALOS, Solana backwards, right? If you haven't, if you can see that there. Of course, the beginning stages of these things are really the times to be getting in. I mean, you're up a 6x already, but, we'll see. Only time will tell. See what happens to this thing. So, ANALOS, $58 million market cap, and then YOTO, all right, on deck screener here, YOTO. They both can be bought by getting the Phantom wallet at phantom.app. Very simple. Don't be confused. You can have a Coinbase account. You can buy Solana. You can then Solana on the Solana network, right? I believe you can even buy them with the Brave wallet and send Solana to the Brave wallet and buy them, But if you go to Phantom app, right, download it for Brave, and that's where, and then you go to radium.io. All right, make sure you're going to the right sites here. Do not connect to things you don't know what you're doing. Launch the app, connect your Phantom app here. Find the receive button in the Phantom app. Send the Solana from Coinbase that you bought. And there you can go here. You'll click in here. You may see it. You may not, right? You might be able to write YOTO in here and it could come up, right? Yotoshi. Now, if you're not sure, I don't do this because to me, you never know, okay? So what I'll be doing is I'll go over to like deck screener. I'll write in YOTO. Make sure we're all talking about the same thing. And you'll see the contract address usually is also up there, right? But it should show me the contract address. Where are you, buddy? Normally, I would get it off of Coin Market Cap if it's there. Sometimes the coin's so early, you can't get it off Coin Market Cap. At that point, I'm going to the Telegram. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're copying the exact address, like super, super important, right? So like we don't know if this is the real one. I mean, this looks like it, YOTO. On Radium. Yeah, it had the spike up. And they should have the contract here. There's YOTO contract, right? And I should be able to put that now into Radium. And it should find it. See, Yotoshi. You just want to make sure that you're GY. You see the GY there. Could have done it that easily too. How did it start? How did it end? Confirm the token, and then I would be buying this with Solana. All right. This is why Solana's going up, because right now someone's going to go buy Solana and buy Yotoshi with it. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to run over to Coinbase and buy Solana. They don't even care about Solana. They're trying to make gains. So whenever there's bigger gains to be made through a meme, and your coin is the path to the meme, your coin's gonna fly. And we've been seeing this now. And this is it's kind of crazy. So like, yes, a meme coin may not be, it's funny, do meme coins actually pump fundamental projects? Would Solana be pumping as hard if it didn't have all these meme coins bonking? No, clearly, right? What do you think? Right? Are memes pumping Solana? So, would Solana pump as hard without memes? Look, and this is what I'm gonna ask you guys. And I want this channel to be the philosophical channel too, where we break things down, we talk about things, we kind of introspectively look at what's happening so we can use this information again. This has come into play many times in my life, right? We understand how ecosystems work. The next time, so watch, another new chain will come up, then a new coin will come out, and you'll be like, this is the new one. But why are people calling this the Caspa coin when it's just on Solana? That's what's confusing me. So would Solana pump as hard without the memes, right? And we're going to get to Bitcoin like we do every single day. We're just going over what's hot in the market right now, and this is what's hot. This is just what's hot. This is what the people want right now, and this is what you should be listening and focusing on. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to put your money into. But even if you don't get in, it's fun to watch these memes pump. I'm telling you right now. Would Solana pump as hard without the memes? Yes or no? Start a poll. And we all kind of know what the answer is there, but I just want to see what people think, what people have to say. All right. And remember, if you also see two blue screens here and you want to jump on in, join the trading group, hit the link right here. You would have learned Radium. I gave a beautiful call for Radium, broke down why it was going to pump, talked about it. We had a screen share last night where we talked about new coins. We found a bunch of new coins that are out of control. Look at Radium though. Bam, to the upside, up 300% gains from when I first put it out at 46 cents. Unbelievable, right? And then I used the perp recently, Ray, USDT.P, and we traded Ray on MEXC here. And this thing is out of control, right? Ripped up another 25% like it was supposed to. All right, I put out this flag yesterday on the live stream, if you remember correctly, right there. This was on the live stream I put it out for free, up 47%. And from when I gave it to my trading group 2 nights ago, up 100% perpetual. At 2x, that's 200%. At 10x, you're up 1,000%. And there was no stop loss getting hit. It was enter and let the thing fly. It was that simple. Gains on gains in the trading group, out of control. I'm going to add this, just update this to the group. I'll send this over to Shano. Bang, bang, bang. 109% gains, 115% gains in 2 days. And this is the type of stuff you get in the trading group. And again, expert, beginning trader. As a beginning trader, you're going to learn so much. It's going to be a great place where people push you to do your best. They're going to ask you to really post a chart. They're going to say, hey, it's time you take this seriously. I'm watching LAI. I'm giving a freebie for you guys right here. Falling wedge, previous resistance becomes support. That holds. We got ourselves in, we do have a gap in the VRVP. Maybe we come back to the lower support line. I'm open-minded to that, but right now we're holding a trend line. The second it breaches this, we're likely to head further up. And LAI has just been a hotter project, layer AI. And things have been absolutely moving out of control. Polytrade also loves to pump. This thing trade fell out of the channel, so now I got to give it like a little different flag. But I'd be watching Polytrade as well. It's on my radar. I have an alert right here. When this thing rips, it absolutely rips. I put it out down here at 13 cents and went all the way to 91. It's out of control. It's sad that now, if you didn't get in early, you can only double up. It's crazy how, this market is insane. But I'm watching Polytrade too. I would write that down. Polytrade, keep it on the radar. So I just gave you some hotness right now, right off the bat. You got 2 of the newest Solana coins that everyone's talking about. Bang, 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 right? I don't have to make 10 videos about it. Other people, I love them actually, and I actually really like watching recorded videos. So But they'll, you'll watch a recorded video and you'll watch 20 minutes, you'll speed it up at 2.5 and you'll get the 2 coins, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what they're saying. So I want to, basically give you as much as I can in the smallest amount of time that I can. All right, let's jump into the Bitcoin analysis for the day. Talk about Bitcoin, break it down, see what's happening, see where we are at, see what went down. So look, I opened up the day bearish, right? I said it doesn't look good from what we're seeing here, right? I said Bitcoin is trying to dip off the ledge here at the end. I said, could the 7 minutes save us? And it looks like we kind of dipped down, dipped back up, but we're still kind of in the falling wedge. Doesn't look amazing. We're holding this, you could still say we're holding this trend line. So far, so good. We're holding the trend line, but I just got a memory. You ever get weird memories out of nowhere? I just got a memory when I had to work the DNC and the RNC when I worked for a comedy company one year in the television industry. They sent me to these places and I had to stay in an Airbnb and stuff. And I would go to this, when I was in Ohio, in Cleveland, I would go to this healthy, juice spot and get an egg white omelet and stuff. And I don't know, I just had them. So sorry, it's a waste of your time. I apologize. But I just had a memory of going to that place for whatever reason. It was 10 years ago. Now, maybe 7 years ago. It's crazy how much my life has changed in the last 7 years. Unbelievable, The 1 hour looks bullish, it wants to curve back to the upside. We have to hold the zone. And I'm looking for this to eventually break out. The target is 46,362. We did make a wedge. We broke out of the wedge and we made a flag. Very bullish when you have a wedge that you broke out of. All right? It's time to be open-minded. And, could we be in a bigger wedge here? And do we come all the way back down to the bottom of the pattern? That's possible. I'm open-minded to that. It would make sense on the 12-hour. The 20, we're overbought on the 12. The 8-hour, they don't look good. They all want to kind of have some type of pullback here. The 8-hour would like to come revisit the 21-day moving average, right? It might make a double top. It might make a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder there. So the 8-hour time frame doesn't look amazing. It's not amazing, right? We kind of almost have a slight exaggerated bear. You can almost say this is flat, but that moves down. It's kind of exaggerated bearish divergence, okay? So somewhat of a bearish div in a way. It's slight, but it's still there, and we're overbought. Do we come back down to the bottom of the pattern? We have to be open-minded for this decision, this idea. We also hitting resistance and can't seem to get above a previous hardcore resistance for Bitcoin, right? We're going to leave here. We're going to delete everything, and we're going to start my top-down analysis like we do every single day. And this is going to keep us privy to what's happening on the big picture so we don't get overwhelmed in the smaller time frames. If you stick in the smaller time frames for too long, you're not going to be able to see what's happening on the bigger ones. And that's when you're going to get caught, in my humble opinion. You want to be able to zoom out every single day if you can. Remind yourself where you are every day. I do it because I have tunnel vision. And if I don't do this every day, I will too. Also, like you and every human being, I will get caught up in the nitty gritty. I'll be staring at those, 4-hour resistance areas and be forgetting where I am in the big picture. So as you can see here, we get rid of this even, and we just need price action. That's all we need. Okay? We know and look how it moved. Previous resistance became support. It's just so beautiful. Previous support right there became resistance. Once we flipped it, we were gone. We came up to another resistance area here where we've had a little bit of trouble. We're kind of slightly even above the resistance on the weekly, which is pretty nice. We're above 43,150 there. See where these two candles came? And touch right here. Make sure everything's looking right and nice. So here we are for BTC, and if you want to make a bigger pattern and look at it in its entirety, you can we very well may be consolidating like so. That's a $1.2 million Bitcoin, am I right? Yeah. It says it would hit $1 million by 2026. Could we have a massive super rally? It would make sense comparatively to this high to that high, But again, I'm just playing games. But that's just, it's interesting. Just interesting. I don't think I've ever looked at this before like this. And of course, it could take, till 2027. But it tells me, I feel 2030, we're looking at somewhere near 500,000 to 1 million. The older I get, the smaller my Bitcoin predictions do get, But the weekly looking good. And someone would say, yeah, but the stochastics are high and curving down. And I'd say, okay. And the MACD is extended. And I'd say, okay. And the RSIs, and I'd say, yes, we could be in for a pullback. I'm with you on that. I'm open-minded to it. But there's some key things that we have to watch on other time frames for that to happen. And Bitcoin getting a nice little pump right now at 43,690. I kind of want to stick to the smaller time frames too and get into the nitty-gritty. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Have patience. So I moved to the 5-day chart. Okay. And I look at this resistance right here, which is exactly where we've hit. Where these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 daily candles or 4 daily candles, and then these two kind of, hung around there. And it's a clear resistance at 444, right? 4 4s and 54 4. That always hits me in. But, so we hit this clear resistance. And it's kind of a bubbled area, like it's a range, you can see. But where these two candles close, we have resistance. And then we have a little bit of resistance right there at about 47,000, But then, it's really like smooth sailing, right? Look, there's just no real resistance on the big time frames. Once we get above this key area, then it's 48K, and then it's, 51,000 right there, and then there's just nothing. A little bit at 58, a little bit at 63, and then, you're on your way to the all-time high. 69K on a wick. Candles closed at 64,000. So, funny, 69K, of course, right? 69,000 for Bitcoin. Now, so this is where we stand. Like, you can clearly see that there's not a lot of resistance. We're getting closer and closer to bigger moves, all right? And this is where we flip on the moving averages and we tell the same story like I told for days. When we got above the 5-day 200 SMA, I said 100 times over we would likely get a big move to the upside. We eventually did get a big move to the upside. When everyone said we were going down 10K, there was a lot of bearishness right now. I want to remind you of all the people who won't remind you how bearish they were. And I was open-minded. I said I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I wasn't bearish or bullish. I was overly bullish when I said, hey, my indicators tell me when we get above the 200 SMA. And then I researched it and went over a bunch of charts for you and showed you all the different assets. So I didn't go by what I said. I went by history, and I showed you history. Facts. Everything I do on this channel is brought up by history, and I stick to the history books. I don't change it. I don't make it up. Men lie. Women lie. The charts don't lie, right? I stick to that. I subscribe to that. Shout out to my man, CryptoQ University. 964 people on the live, 282 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go, baby. 700 people think the like button doesn't apply to them. But you know what? That's just not the case. That's just not the case. So the fact, once we stayed above the 200 SMA, big moves. And I want you to learn this and understand this. And you can use this on multiple time frames, from the 1 minute to the 1 hour to the 4 hour to the daily. Getting above a 200 SMA, and I use the yellow line, is significant. A significant move to the upside, right? Then you get resistance here at about 44,000, right? 868, right? Whatever it is. And so that's going to be an area that we're going to have to flip. Until we flip that area, Bitcoin's likely going to struggle, go sideways, or get some type of pullback. So I want this to come back down to the 21. The more aggressive we can go sideways and the more we can pull the 21 up, the better our odds are of a bigger pump. The 21 crossing the 200 SMA is extremely bullish. It's a preemptive sign before a golden cross that's coming here on the 5-day chart. A golden cross on the 5-day is a big deal. It's a big deal, all right? The 3-day, consistently now staying inside of a beautiful little flag. Honestly, there's a chance it technically broke out of the flag already. But we can be conservative and say it didn't and say it's still in a flag. But look how close we are getting to the 21-day moving average. This is making my heart sing because it's a very big time frame. And if you're too far away from the 21, you're going to come back, right? And we want to come back to it. So what this tells me is we should see some sideways price action for the next 9 days. It tells me by the technical analysis standpoint, we should not get an ETF approval until at least 2 more 3-day candles, because we got to touch the 21. Then we could get a huge approval. It's funny if we go by technical analysis, but it is brewing, right? We're getting very close to the 21 on the 3-day. We're forming a flag. It has a conservative bull here, which breaks you up to about 53,000. And then I would even go as far as to say that this is the length of the whole bull. And that says that we could get to about 61,000. It took us from October 13th to December 3rd to make this beautiful little move here, right? And I'm just going to grab a little fractal for fun and show you how we do this, right? Grab a little bars pattern, go from here to here, and just see, you know, that would take us, you know, to basically March, where we'd be at about 62,000 into the halving. Pretty sweet, right? The halving, I think, will create immense insanity. There'll be a lot of scarcity on the exchange. There's going to be FOMO the opposite. Usually there's FOMO when the market starts to dump. There's going to be FOMO the other way around now. There's going to be FOMO for people that felt like they just never got into Bitcoin enough. And when the whole world FOMOs at the same time, it's going to be insane. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Just like everyone rushes in at the same time we get a bull run. Everyone rushes out when we get the bear run, and everyone's in fear. People, this is the first time there's going to be fear. Just like when people are worried because the market's not going to be doing well, like the dollars, you know, and they're going to be wishing that they piled into something, and it's going to be a little too late. Most people are going to buy knowing that they should have bought already. I tell people all the time, like 2-3 years ago, I'll look at people and I'll say, you're going to end up buying Bitcoin. You might as well buy it now, because you're going to be forced to buy when you realize you have no choice. You're going to have to buy some, and it's going to be like 200 grand at that point. And you're going to have 20 grand, and you're going to be able to buy 0.1. You know what I mean? If you're lucky, you're going to be able to buy. If you're lucky, you're going to be able to buy 0.1. If you're lucky, you hear my words? That's a resounding. If you are lucky, you'll end up with 0.1 Bitcoin. They say all you need was 0.18. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you, man, when Bitcoin really, really shows you what it's here for, and we get our you know, it still hasn't done the bigger, big idea. It's digging its path. It's shown its way, but there's more coming, right? So the measured move there is 61,000. This is very bullish. I'm telling you, this is very bullish. Let's move over to the daily. The daily touching the 21 already. It's a really bullish sign, right? As these move up, we have more, you know, and as the daily starts to get, if you look at the last run, what will happen is the moving averages will get tight, and then the 21 will start to kind of get away from the moving averages, and then you'll get this move up. And you won't be bearish again until you cross really the 100 and the 80 and the 50-day moving average. You see? So technically, if we stay in a bull market, which in my mind, you are in a bull market when you cross the 200 SMA. That's when a bull market begins. Right here, we crossed it. That was the beginning of a massive bull run. You know, when you go below it, that's the beginning of either a pretty long period of bearishness. Like here, we crossed this. I mean, it was the 22nd of May all the way to the end of July, right? So it was about 2.5 months straight, really, of pullback. It could happen. And then we got that and then they printed the money out of nowhere, right? And they gave us the double rally. That was money printing, all right? And they're about to print more money than you've ever seen in your lifetime. Every time they print money, they have to print more money. It's very similar to a gash that's bleeding, and it's like, but it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time they print more money to fix the problem, they inflate the dollar, they make it worth less, and then they have to use the same exact thing that they made worth less to fix the next problem, and now they have to use more of it. But it becomes exponential. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, right? Another government shutdown, another one of these, another one of those. Next thing you know, they just don't got it. What happens when the dollar, they're going to print the money to zero out of their own vanity. Yes, they will, because they get elected, the officials, and then they tell you what they're going to do. I'm going to build a new school. I'm going to build a library. I'm going to do all these things for you. How are you going to get the money, Mr. Sammy, the politician that we just elected? Oh, I'm going to go vote for deficit spending. We don't, but our country's in debt. How are you going to buy? How are you going to build this new library and all these things for the town? I'm going to go into Washington. I'm going to vote for deficit spending. Any bill, when it gets passed, they're going to print more money. We're going to borrow more money. We're going to put your future kids and future generations into debt, because they're going to have to pay the debt off. Because who else has to pay the debt is the people that work here in the country. They're going to have to pay. And how are they going to pay the debt off? With the taxes. Right now, the taxes alone don't pay the VIG off. The GDP don't pay off the interest alone on the money that we owe to the Federal Reserve. People don't realize that. We owe money to the Federal Reserve. You know, people think when you talk like that, you're a conspiracy theorist. They don't realize that the conspiracy is that they made the truth look like a lie. And, you know, and again, if it wasn't a lie, then I wouldn't have any money right now. I'd be broke as a joke, right? All the people that laughed at me and didn't think I was telling the truth. I had friends that worked at Ernst & Young when Ethereum was like $80. And I told them, like, dude, you're going to start using Ethereum, you know, you're going to get into, you know, accounting. You're a money guy. Like, and they laughed. They kind of chuckled at me. Years later, I was like, dude, you know, you saw what happened with Ethereum, right? I mean, I said it's $4,000. I was telling you about it when it was $90. And, you know, some of them still chuckle at me to this day, like, his little Bitcoin run, it'll end soon, you know? And, like, they're in just complete denial, right? They're just in complete denial. So look what I just did on the daily. My subconscious mind was just moving while I was thinking. The daily looks like it could, you know, so a pullback could be coming for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And this could even be a little steeper, and it could be way less of a pullback, right? It could just be like 42.5. But either way, I mean, I see a beautiful consolidation here on the daily for BTC. And that move to the upside coming. I mean, the measured move takes you to $62,000. I can't believe that that number is entering into our analysis. All right. So now we go further back, and here we sit on the 4-hour time frame, and it starts to look like this may be the pattern, that I may be onto something here. Little dip outside, held, maintained. And they love this because they can't use the same patterns over and over again. They got to switch it up. You got to have a keen eye now, I've learned. You got to do something a little different. The chance we hold the trend line this tight and we're about to blast, that's also possible. So now here we are on the 4-hour time frame, okay? And I mean, I'm watching another ascending triangle for a very bullish asset with a huge narrative and a possible ETF coming for the first time in its life in one of the biggest markets in the world, or the biggest market, the U.S. market. So, I mean, if you just break down the narrative of Bitcoin and what's happening, it's pretty insane. It's pretty insane, right? And that's exciting. So I see a move coming for Bitcoin right here. I mean, look at this. And then we can set our support and resistance lines here. We had the beautiful double bottom. We got back inside the pattern. So we fell out, got back inside. The measured move takes you to 51,800 for BTC. And now, you know, I start to see an actual trade here on the bigger time frame. The entry would be about now. The stop would be below these double bottoms, and use the 200 SMA as a protection. 2.54 risk reward ratio. Not my favorite. I like a 3, but a 2.5 isn't the worst in the world. If we could get the price a little lower, even just by a tad, it could bring us into the 3s, right? But this is a possibility. I would write this down, screenshot this, take a picture of it, and remember this, you know. And again, I could be so wrong. We could be making an M here, and then we'll break to the downside. If this drops and comes down here and we retest this bottom again, you have yourself a bit of a double top M. I still, you know, support or resistance is key. We have to break above 44.8 to remain bullish. You know, a keen trader would wait for maybe a possible breakout, a retest, and get in on this retest right here. That would be a beautiful trade, right? Also could fall out here, a retest of this or a retest of that, and take the trade to the downside. We'll lose the 200 SMA on the 1-hour time frame first before anything happens, and then I'll be on alerts and I'll start pushing for shorts, right? You know, so because of my moving averages, they'll alert me when to be short and when to be long. That's what I love about them. So I can set up my idea, and then I'm always waiting, and I can switch bullish or bearish pretty fast depending on what I'm looking at in the charts. The charts will convey to me what's happening. But tight moving averages in the 4-hour, moving up with the 200, inside of a beautiful move. You know, you can almost see the parabola beginning to form here for Bitcoin. And altcoins have just been continuing to fall. It's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing run. This has been an amazing run. Like, we waited so long. We were doing a lot of hand clapping for the trading group last night in the weekly screen share. But, like, you know, let's put our hands together. Each and every one of you, we made it through the bearish times. We've got, we shorted the market when we needed to, right? We shorted Luna. FTX, like we got in and out. We made money when money needed to be made. We shorted Bitcoin. We longed Bitcoin. We found our way together as a trading group. My trading group doubled, from, 400 to like 800 people. Now it's even, about, I don't even say because it's not. But the trading group is doing absolutely amazing. And we see this parabola forming for Bitcoin. And I see a lot of bear tears if we crush up. And if we do get the ETF approval in the next few days, and we have a full moon coming, I think on the 27th we went over that. It's the, the cold moon. And thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Look at the balls in the jar. We appreciate that. And so I see a move here for Bitcoin coming. And I haven't seen this yet. No one has seen this in my trading group. This is exclusive right now to my idea. I have never seen any YouTuber draw this. I'm omitting this dip and saying we came back into the trend line, something that I've done. You can break the rules once you know the rules, but you must know the rules for years and years and years. And you can see we're nicely nestled tight inside the zone. Then I look at the 1 hour time frame and I see the 1 hour's oversold. And it's interesting, I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. All right. Tight moving averages tell me that there's something coming here. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. If I take a look at the MACD by itself, 3 curves in a row, just, where are the bears? Showing signs of a move back to the upside based on my indicators. Not on how I feel or believe or think. None of that matters. No emotions needed here. This is tight moving averages above. And right here, we have a high volume node sticking out. We get above that, you're going to the value area high. Okay? So I see an ascending triangle for Bitcoin. And I haven't seen this until right now. First time that I saw this pattern like this, as clear as I see it. And again, I tend to see things that a lot of other traders miss or a lot of people miss on YouTube. And again, other YouTubers see things I don't either. I'm not trying to say I'm the greatest thing, but I have a weird mind and a weird look at it, So definitely unique. You'll get technical analysis here that will look traditional, but the ideas and the things and the way I propose it will be completely unique and different than anything you've ever seen. All right, so that's what I see for Bitcoin. All right, so we've packed this. I start at 10:10. It's 10:53. It's been 43 minutes. In the last 43 minutes, we've given you a backstory about fiat currency a little bit, about how we're never going to get out of debt, how we owe money to the Federal Reserve, right? So you can understand how the dollar is a Ponzi, okay? We've talked about Bitcoin in depth, giving you from the 2-week chart all the way down to the 1 hour and showing you so many little ideas. Talked about, back tested some key things. Showed you how when the 5-day gets to 21 crossing the 200, how big that is. Even back tested some other places and showed you that idea. Talked about some of the hottest new meme coins coming out. All right. Even probably taught you how to use, the bars pattern and taught you some things on TradingView. It's been 43 minutes. If you stay for another 43, how much more are you going to learn? You don't know. Only time will tell. Let's have some lemon water. Let's get into it and let's get ready. We got super chats coming in. People, send your super chats for TA and deep dive. Whenever you send in a super chat, I will go over the coin. We'll talk about it and teach me about a coin that I've never heard about and that I need to know about. That's what I really like. I'm going to have a little bit of honey right now too. I like to have honey during the winter time so I don't get allergies during the springtime. I am drinking the honey raw. They say you can leave honey for 2,000 years and it will still be exactly the way it was. Like it can't go bad. Only God could do that. He could use bees to make a substance that doesn't go bad. That's bee poo. How am I eating bee poo? Or bee throw up. They grab it, they throw it back up, and they turn it into this goo. And it's the sweetest nectar on earth made from flowers. Are you kidding me? That sounds like a fairy tale. Are you kidding me? We collect a goo that an insect takes out of the flowers. And we eat it. And it's amazing. And it's good. When you eat it, your body's like, wow. Honey is man. The real honey too, not that fake store-bought honey in the plastic. You got to get that real glass jar honey. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. All right, moving forward. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Breaking it down. How's the chat doing? Bang, bang, bang. Thoughts on XRP? And let's see if there's a smaller trade going on here on the smaller time frame. I mean, really, we're just in some chop right now for Bitcoin. That's what I see. And we could come down to the bottom of the pattern and test 43,400. That'd be fine for me. You know, as long as we stay inside this pattern and we respect this trend line, I'm good to go. I'm good to go. I might even open up that longer term trade. That would be the ETF trade right there. That's how you speculate on the ETF, in my humble opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. That's how I would speculate on the ETF. Because if it happens, you're getting that pump to 51,000. I mean, that's just what you're going to 50K. And then you're getting the spillover with all the latecomers and the, you know. So, honey apple jelly sounds good, baby. Dang. Shout out to my man Stack McChange. Yeah, get into your local honey. Alt's preparing to go on a tear. Sammy, what's the difference between Dex Tools and Dex Greener? I mean, they're both, it depends. It's just kind of preference. Dex Tools tends to have a little more of what's up and coming and some trending stuff, you know what I mean? But they're both great. Oh, great, Sammy, say it, Nick. Could you please look at ladies? Thank you. Shout out to J Dub Shub. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to the $5 super chat. That's amazing. BNB breaking out on the one-day chart. LDO, huge cup and handle on the one-day. Just getting above the 4-hour 200 SMA. Yeah, and Lido Dow's got that liquid staking. That's going to get hot. That's what's going to propel Ethereum to another level. Shout out to the 444 people on the like button. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. There's 600 people that are afraid of the like button. Don't worry. It will not hurt you. It'll be okay. You'll make it. I promise. So with all these coins getting crazy, all right. Merry Christmas. Shout out to Joe Custer. Let's celebrate their 5th super chat on a live stream. Joey, we love you. And look at that. Just sends $20. Doesn't even ask for a thing. What a blessing. We love you, Joe. That's very nice of you. Any TIA update? We'll take a look at TIA. So, you know, the freaky thing about Ray is it going to continue here? You know? And no matter how much it's been pumping, we have to remember the utility that's providing. And people are using Ray to get into a meme. So if more memes keep coming out on Solana, what's going to happen? Ray's going to continue to pump. It's just not going to stop. And, you know, and I even said to people when Solana went from 20 to 50, and I said, don't worry. If you felt like you've missed out, I said, Ray is your way out, way in, because Ray's going to pump. You know, look, there's your 4X. Ray did the 4X already from 40 cents. I mean, it's insane. It did more than that. It did a 4.5X. Since the beginning of December. Are you kidding me? Since December 7th? And I gave 2 weeks ago, I went over this in depth. Even before that, I kept talking about how Radium was going to be the swap for Solana and it moves. I broke all this down, you know. I broke all this down. Anyway, so I'm looking for Ray to consolidate here. I'll put an alert here, and Ray could go up another 34% gains, and that's on perpetual, right? Right there, all right? What's the difference between USDT and they're two different coins from two different companies? All right. Be strong, baby. Thank you. One is Tether. One is from Circle. All right. That's all. They're both viable stable coins. Tether tends to have a bigger market share. They've kind of cornered it a little bit. It's more prevalent. Tether's also on more chains. So, and you can use Tether on TRC, which I use on TRX, and it's super fast and easy. And you don't pay a dime, really. You pay a very small fee to move it around. And that's why I really like Tether. So you do whatever makes you happy, but that's the difference between Tether and USDC. And there's a bunch. I could spend probably 10 minutes on that. But that's basically the basis points, right? Organic toast with avocado and pure honey. A great way to start the day. Hit that like, man. Sounds amazing. Do you put a little salt on that avocado? I would put a little salt on that. You know, get those juices flowing. Shout out to 11 a.m. It's now alt season here on the floor. We will go back to Bitcoin when needed, but right now it's alt season. And honestly, I would trade Bitcoin, you know, on a bigger time frame. The 2 hour looks good to me. The 3 hour looks good to me. The 1 hour looks interesting. Okay. And we really just want to get above this resistance. And then, I mean, 51,000 looks very likely. Once we get above this resistance at 45K, it looks like we can float to 51.5 like pretty easily. So this is my idea, and I'm sticking to it for Bitcoin. And again, we could be double topping. We must break above resistance. I'm open-minded to the bullish and the bearish ideas. I'm just going to, you know, be a little more bearish bias on this one because of what I'm seeing in the chats. All right. Honey, ginger, lemon, scrap the ginger, hot water with it. Bang. Amen. Amen. Love the energy. This is better than my second cup of coffee. Shout out to Scott Steger. Funny, Scott. I saw you last night on the live, man. Thank you for being here. Super chats are piling up. Shout out to my wife. We love you. God bless you, baby. $80.79 in chat revenue. Let's break down some super chats and talk about them. Let's look at SPZ, which I've never heard about. I don't know what it is. I thought he was talking about PZP, but he wrote SPZ. Again, if I can't find the coin or it's super, super hard for me to figure out what it is, I will move on. Not to be rude to anyone, okay? Not to be rude to anyone, but I will move on. I adjusted trade after some alerts here, just to the group. How's everyone liking the trading group? Am I working hard enough? Seriously, am I working hard enough in the trading group? Are you getting all that you need? Is there more things that you need? I want to know. And be honest. Is there some things that are going too fast? Is there any way I could be more specific? Let me know, because your feedback is how I can help others never feel lost. All right? Can you look at FLM Flamingo? Yeah, it's still tight in the channel. We'll take a look at it when you get a chance. Sammy, can you deep dive INV called Inverse Dow? Thank you for all the gains. Shout out to Crypto Sam for the $4.99. We love you. We appreciate you. You're a dog in the trading group. Listening in the car on the road trip home to spend time with the family over the holidays. Would love it if you could look into Solana after last night's rip. All the best. I see 132 coming, man. 132 coming. Quick swap. What about Bitcoin? Anyone heard of Bitcoin? Oh, yeah, that's a cool coin. Trading group is amazing. How do you feel about Beam? I own Beam, BeamX, and I think it could do damage. Spooky Z price. Spooky Z. SPZ. Thank you for that. For Wrapped BNB here on Gecko Terminal. So they got their own little, so wow, they've really come so far when you think about it. Like now you have like different companies catering to the DeFi sector in ways just, you never would have thought possible. So it came up, pumped, got sold off, pumped, got sold off again. You'd want to see, is it making a bigger consolidation, right? And it is at like a key fib level. I would right click, even here you can right click these settings. Pretty sure I could. Anyway, I thought I could I used to be able to right click these settings, but anyway, wanted to move those over. But for now, they're, 786 fib retracement, but it looks like it's going to go lower. I don't know, man. This thing's like, it's a meme, It has a slight higher low. I don't know really enough about it or care about it as much. So I'm so sorry. But, it's not the real Spooky. It looks like it's like Spooky Z. Like, what is Spooky Z? I guess it's attached to Phantom. And if Phantom pumps, this should pump. But why not just do the real Spooky? What is Spooky Z all about? I don't know. Maybe it is Spooky. It's just like it's Spooky's form on Binance. I mean, if Phantom has gas, I don't see why anything Spooky won't go up. But I don't know like what this is really connected to. I mean, the trading volume is 15,000. I'm out. I don't trade things with $15,000 in volume. Let's get real, man. Like, that's my position size. Like, let's get real. You know what I mean? Like, we got to move on. We can't. From now on, man, if you don't have a market cap of at least a couple mil, like we can't really, we can't be talking about it. All right. Try not to. I'm not being rude, but try not to waste time. Rocket Exchange, hot new aggregator, Rocket X. Interesting. Rocket X. The Rocket Exchange RVF. All right. Up 7.7% at 70 cents. Interesting. Contract address on Ethereum. All right. Can be bought on MEXC. MEXC, man, every time they come through with the hot coin. It's just amazing how they do it every single time. RVF. USDT, Rocket Exchange. So it looks like we looked at this a while back. I had my pause on it back in August, apparently, where I drew this cup and handle when it was 30 cents. Now it's popped up. Look at the thing. It's been on a tear since 8 cents. Since it came out in July. Look at that. So, like, you know, for what seems to be what people are calling a bear market, I mean, we had so many run-ups on so many projects. It's just insane to call it a bear market. Like, if this is a bear market, then tell me what a bull market is. You know what I mean? Do coins go down in a bull market then? Because coins go up in a bear market, apparently. So coins must dump in a bear market then, right? I just love, everyone wants these defined terms. Like, it's what's in front of you. Like, are people making tons of money? Are coins 8xing? Then you're not in a bear market. Like, say whatever you want. You know, I'd put an alert here, watch this consolidate continuously, but it looks like it's going to make a pretty nice move. If it's an aggregator, it's being used. If it's used well and it saves people money, they're going to continue to use it. And you can see the exchange was going well during a more bearish market. Now the market's even hotter. That's kind of got a shoulder, head, and shoulder vibe. It's got Adam and Eve vibes right here, too. There's an Adam and Eve double bottom right there. I see this thing breaking out. It's hot. Thank you for giving us a hot one, Jamie. And Jamie, you're like 3 for 3. Everything that you've ever given me has never went down. You're spot on right now, so don't put a blemish on your trade record here. But RVF looking hot. From Zeno. I'd put an alert on that and watch that Adam and Eve double bottom on RVF too as well. So hotness in the game. Appreciate that. How is Bitcoin looking on the 4 and the 8 hour? It looks, the 8 hour doesn't look amazing. The 4 hour looks okay. Yeah. This just mini bull to trick everyone and send it straight to 9, 12K. No one is going to expect it. And when the interest rate drops, nothing crashes to the downside. Correct my opinion. Honestly, what you just said, see, people love saying that, and I'm okay with that, and that could happen. And we'll be the first group to tell you about it. Trust me, because what will happen is we will lose the 200 SMA on like the 3-day chart, right? Or the 5, you know, you'll lose, or the 7-day, like, heck, the 8-day. For us to do what you said is going to happen, we're going to have to lose the 200 SMA on a massively big time frame. You know what I mean? Or, I mean, run up at least, and then start to lose moving averages. But, like, the daily will lose this 200 SMA. We'll lose it somewhere around 37. We'll start to drop. Then we'll start to go for the moving averages on bigger time frames, like the 3-day, in the 2-day, you know. So the first thing that will happen is we'll lose the 200 SMA on, like, a 12-day or a 22-hour chart. And I'll be like, I'll be like, oh, my God, this is bad news. And you'll see me talk about it on the live stream. And so if Bitcoin does go back to 9K, this channel will be the first channel to see it. We'll be one of the first channels to capitalize, and we'll be the first people shorting the market. I'm telling you right now. The way my system works, it will tell me when things flip bearish or bullish, and I will know. And I go over Bitcoin every 5 hours, so you're never going to have to be lost if you come to this channel ever again. You're never going to have to watch another YouTube channel again. I mean, you can watch other YouTube channels for awesome entertainment and great information. I don't know it all. But when it comes to what's likely going to happen in the market, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be able to take you there to the next level. I'm going to be able to show you things that no one else is able to show you. And I'm going to be able to see it when it happens beforehand because I'm just that consistent. We're going to go over the charts every single day without it. We haven't taken a day off. Not one day. It's like when people hear that, they're like, no, not one day. In 2022 now, we have 8 days left, right? 9 days left in 2023. And I will go on from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. It'll be, you know, in 2022, I started in February. 21, I started in February. 2022, I went from the first day to the end of the year. I'll remember when I ended the year. It felt so insane. I was like, I just capped off an entire book-ended year. So I just want to reiterate that we're going to help you and we're going to identify the bearish and the bullish times. We've been nailing it all along. We found this hidden bullish divergence on the daily that said we should continue to the upside. So far, what? The trend is continuing to the upside. All right. Thank you for RVF. Looks interesting. We appreciate you. And let me snatch out these super chats. So let's look at Casper. Casper Labs on MEXC. So I talked about it possibly breaking to the upside. My target was 516. It hit it. Came all the way back down to 3.7. And think about it. This thing was 3.7 in February. All right, right here. And it was even higher, you know what I mean? It was even higher in May than it is now. I'm sorry. I just had to move on, you know? Every coin is somewhere up in here. Has done an 8x, 10x, 5x, heck, billion-dollar projects, big, you know? What is going on with this project? What are they doing? It's almost like you have to purposely try for your coin not to pump. Someone's insider selling it, using it for, I don't know what they're doing, but something ain't right. Something ain't right. And I'm not trying to flood the project. Good luck to them. I hope things work out for them. But I have moved on from being an investor into Casper because it didn't take care of my money. And the second I moved out of Casper, I mean, I put all my money, and I put my money into what pumped really hard. Near Protocol. So I took my money out of Casper. Near did amazing. You know what I mean? A lot of coins that I got into are just up. I got into Blocktopia super early. You know, I bought into some coins that that I really wished I had some, and I got out of this thing. So this thing looks like it's going to pump. The daily looks great. I see a move coming after this, you know, beautiful golden cross, and I see a 40% pump. And that's how you know my TA is spot on. Like, just because I got out doesn't mean it. And I see a move up to possibly 599, right? But think about it. It's lows here in the market in October was 3. It only went up 30 cents. You know what I mean? So, man, Ivan 10 Bro gives 50 memberships, man. How do you do that on Christmas, man? God bless you, brother. 50 memberships given to people in the trading group. It's the nicest thing I've ever seen. Thank you so much. And I'm looking at all the green. I'm like, what's happening? I looked up. I thought someone had to get deleted because I just saw like a bunch of like, you know, like italics. And that's kind of how like when someone has to delete a comment, it looks something like that. So I was like, wait, what is going on here? You know, I was like, what is going on? All right. Ivan 10 wrote, thank you. Yeah. Gifted a membership. People gifted memberships. We appreciate it. Take it, guys, man. It's so nice of you. And it's got to be so cool for you to see all the people take the membership too, man. 50 memberships, man. So cool. You people are awesome. The nicest community in the entire space. I swear, the crypto lifers, man. You'll meet the lifers. Strongest, most independent thoughts. Just amazing people. So, but I see a cup and handle on Casper. I do see a big move for 38% gains. Look out for the daily. Casper looking nice for a move. It's an oversold, and again, not my emotions, it's just an oversold falling wedge, right? On support, and it retested support. Anyone here ever been to Iceland? Iceland, beautiful place. I spent, you know, a bachelor party there with my buddies when I was like 25, something like that. The fact that coin is pumping has been very telling. Yeah, and Mara too. Like the Webull account is out of control again, right? Look, we're up 177%. Are you kidding me? We turned a $15,000 account into $27,000. Up 12 grand. And I actually only put 7 grand in. I still have 7,800 in cash that I didn't use, which I don't know why. I should have piled in. I'm pissed, you know? Now I'm looking for another something to get into that's a little undervalued. How to jump in on the membership? It's super easy, everybody. If you want, it's a great question. Right here in the pinned comment up here, Crypto Lifer. Hit cryptolifer.com and jump on in. All right. Also, if you want to see how we get down and where we get down, and you want to see where I buy and sell all my coins, it's MEXC. That's where we trade futures. Zero spot maker and taker fee. All right. That's where I add to my bags. I go to spot here, trade spot. And you can see I'm heavy in spot right now. I got $46,000 in tether that I must deploy. I'm always looking to deploy, right? And STX has been hot. There's just a lot of hotness going on in the market right now, okay? And I always, almost every day, I buy some more Bitcoin. just because why not? And buy a little more CASPA and just deploy capital where capital is needed, right? Always buying, at least $1,000 worth of Bitcoin almost every day. Just adding to the bags. I'm telling you right now anything below 50K is an absolute steal. You won't be able to get it again, right? And I'll just mark it in actually for that. And again, marketing in will be 0 fees, which I can't believe. Like, I didn't have to pay a dime to do that. Unbelievable. Okay. WIF is also on here. All right. WIF is out of control. All right. WIF. And it really is alt season. You can see they're taking over the live stream. Dog WIF hat. All right. Took a nice little chunk pull back to the downside here. But this thing is just so brand new. And again, this is complete gamble city for me. I'm being honest. Like, very, 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 very high risk, But watch it consolidate, make a nice move, and then WIF could do possibly a 4X or more. Get to $1 billion market cap. Looking for that first run up there to 58, 59. And thank you so much for those memberships. And Bitcoin's just been flat, just so everybody knows. There's some volatility, but 43.7, we're really just kind of hanging out sideways here for most of the day. Okay. What's nice is the 4-hour resetting without losing a lot. We want to make sure, we want to stay in, if this can stay in a flag, this would be nice. It's a messy flag, though, I'll tell you that. It doesn't look amazing. And it's kind of got a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder. But we could I call it a bullish rectangle nonetheless. It's a bullish rectangle, The key is, though, we can't lose the trend. And we lose the trend. It's okay. We lose the trend. We come back to the bottom of this trend line. Remember, we just can't lose the 200 SMA. The second we lose the 200 SMA in the 1 hour, I start getting bearish. Then we'll lose it. Then I know we're going to lose in the 4 hour. Then the daily. Then that's how it happens. You go through, you get to bearishness in succession. You don't just go through bearishness. And that's why if you go through the charts like I do every day, you're going to know. You're going to know. So we're watching WIF. I put an alert here on WIF. I'm already in personally, just to make it clear. All right. I got into WIF. We'll see what happens. I may even go a little harder into WIF at one point. Casper looks good. We've gone over so many coins at this point, it's ridiculous. All right. And we've covered it all. Like, we've covered the hotness, the newness, the fastness. We've covered it all. WOLFY, Inu, is that what you want? WOLFY? This thing looks like a rug pull, man. That got slaughtered all the way to the downside. Yeah. I think I'm going to move on from WOLFY. Some of these things don't deserve our time. They just don't, Yeah, I don't know. I just too much. Yeah, I got to move on. I'll do you one good one here. We'll go to like Deck Screener and we'll look at it here. This thing's already pumped. All right, it's already pumping up a little bit. And again, these are all YOLO plays. Look at this guy. He's putting in $9. This guy just sold $1,000 worth. Made his money. Probably got in here, made his money. $100 turned into $1,000. And the memberships just keep rolling in. God bless you. Thank you so much for the love. It's like Christmas time, baby. Man, someone gave another 20 memberships. Ivan 10 broke. Are you kidding me? Dude, you're the nicest man in the world, man. God bless you, brother. Jeremy Kinlaw, thank you for the $4. We appreciate you. Looking to pick up some more STX. What's Life Revision saying? We'll take a look at STX too as well. God bless you. And the Grand Rising this afternoon. Could you check STORJ for me, please? Jumped in last night. The official Gem Class podcast. We love you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated. Man, Ivan 10 broke. We love you. You're the man. What about some old school like Doge, Elon, or Turbo, and so on? I don't know how to accept the gift. Lunacy is ripping. Pump, pump, pump. How much is the trading group? It's $99 a month. I'm telling you right now, it's peanuts to what you're going to learn and what you have access to. Can you look at 3-0? Bull, 3-bull, yeah. Wow, we have a lot of super chats coming our way. This show has blown up out of control. We used to get a lot of super chats back in the day, but the show wasn't even as crazy as it is now. You know what I mean? $132 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. 70 new members. Unbelievable. And look at YOLO just went YOLO. YOTO. Just YOTO'd up real quick. Some big buys. Some people selling off, though. 9 grand sell, 10 grand sell. 100,000 YOTOs. People are YOTOing in. People are YOTOing out. Right? Funny. Nice spike there on the 1 minute. Again, be very careful. You know, you get really caught up in these memes. You feel like you have to go after them all. And it's like you can't stop. And it becomes an obsession. And it can ruin portfolios. It really can. It can destroy portfolios. Start doing things you wish you never did before. You know, $34 million market cap, though, really starting to boom. Look, there's a nice pump there. I mean, just right there in front of us, that's almost 100%. It's 50% gain right there. It happened on the 1 minute chart. In 1 minute, it's up 50%. See that? This is what happens to these coins. Look, ANALOS up 280%. WIF up 19%. This is what I was talking about. WIF hat. You know? Like, you want to pick up on what I'm saying. See, like, last night, if you look at my Twitter, right? What did I say on Twitter? Okay? What did I say on Twitter? I like to speak in tongues. You know? That's funny, right? But here, me with hat on, right? Let's go WIF. And, like, people that knew. People that didn't. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Hey, man, I got into WIF, you know? I bought some WIF. Like, I'm basically telling you that I bought WIF. All right? That's kind of how I do it. All right? ANALOS, COREUM, ETC, Ladies, TIA, FLM, Invective. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy. So it goes all the way from EGU. What about EGU, though? What about Sauce and EGU? Okay, yeah, Syncus, Super, STX. Wow. Cat with hat. Sif. You're funny, man. Just bought $50K worth of YOTO. Are you kidding me? You're out of your mind. That's insanity. $50K USD worth of YOTO. I went from 25K to almost 300K in under 3 minutes. And in 3 months. Wow. I went from 25,000 to 300,000 in under 3 months. That's insane. God bless you, man. Thank you for gifting the memberships, brother. And do you think that my trading group had a lot to do with that? Helping you make over about $300,000? Caspa meme is exploding. I mean, we're watching it here, man. Yeah, it is. It just went up 100%. 76% in 3 minutes. People are YOLOing into YOTO. But it had this spike before. It could come back down, you know. This thing's crazy. I'm feeling the you know, we got a whale in here. It sold 5,000. We got some fishies in here. We got some dolphins. We got a major sell, a lot of sells in that spike there. Yeah, why do people keep calling it a Caspa meme? That's what I don't get. When it's on Solana, just like all the other ones. Yeah. You know, I don't understand that. We also found the new Rocket exchange. Write that down, a new exchange. We bombarded you. We do so much information today. It's just, you're going to, when the stream ends, you have to sit back and realize how much you learned. And you're going to be like, wait, what happened? Right? Crazy Frog came down to 77x from 350x yesterday. COQ pumping. Yeah, it's another one that we like, right? And it's Cock Inu, right? I finally did it, right? I mean, I that's what it is. I didn't, you know, I was calling it Coke. But I talked about it here. I said that's probably your buy zone right there, 786 Fibonacci retracement. It's up from there, from when we first talked about it, up a little bit. Could it begin to rip again? It looks like it could possibly go up for some more gains. 100% gains coming. But to me, a meme, like once it's only 100%, once you have to move that much to get 100, it's like I've missed out. You know what I mean? I missed out. Dude, Mara is out of control. Mara is just ripping right now. 178%. Dude, like, this is awesome. Like, I've never been so excited. I mean, I actually have been many times. But, I mean, it's at 26.53. Unbelievable. Like, out of control. Like, out of control. Out of control. Up 7% today. Ripping again. Previous close, 24.78. High is 26.58. We're about to hit the high. We hit the high of the day. Unreal. I'm now at $12,727, up 177% on a $7,000 position. Turn $7,000 into $20,000. This is how you do it. All right. Cock is another name for a rooster. Used to be hard for me to cheer for my college team. Guess who? The Gamecocks. Oh yeah, I'm sure Benchi will be on one that doesn't crash for sure, dude. You know what's funny? Chi was an older coin from back in the day, and it was basically like the Aave of Avalanche. Dude, there's serious FOMO right now. With the ETF coming out, people are FOMOing into mining stocks. You can see it. So the ETF coming, everyone's running into, because they know these mining stocks are going to rip when the ETF comes out. So you can see what's happening. The stock market's creating buzz. Look, there it is, the all-time high for the day. It just ripped to a new all-time high for the day. It's 59. Dude, Mara, out of control right now. Absolutely ripping. Ripping. And I'm not sure how do I don't even know how to use this freaking thing. There we go. You go down to get up. Look at the size of that candle. And when I started today, I saw that the 2-hour chart was super bullish with the Stokes pointing up. It told me we were likely going to get a pump for the day. If I looked at the 2-hour, and then I drew a line here and a line there. This doesn't even use like the TradingView widget, which is ridiculous. It is a little overbought on the RSI. There's some bearish divs slightly coming in. Looks like it's going to come. I mean, I want to sell this, but I also don't want to pay short-term capital gains. But I mean, that's such a beautiful, beautiful gain. 178% gains in the stock market. Insanity. And, you know, yeah. Highlight for a long time no see. Love you, brother. Shout out to Hulk Solana. We love you. We appreciate you. Hope everything's going well with your Solana. All right, let's move forward and take a look at, we looked at ANALOS already. We looked at YOTO. COREUM, which has been on the radar. People keep bringing up COREUM. All right. So last time I talked about it, I said it's likely to pull back, right? Where? Well, to the 21-day moving average, right? And again, I probably just kind of drew this as a placeholder. But so far, so good. It's doing what I expected it to do. It's pulling back, right? And you're going to want to see it kind of come into action with the golden pocket, the 21-day moving average getting oversold with a little bit of hidden bullish divergence, which is starting to form. So, you know, but the daily, really, I see it coming back to the daily 21. I see more downside until the daily finishes off. I see COREUM coming back down. Yeah. It's got to come back likely to the 786, somewhere at 19. I could be wrong, but that's, you know, that's how I play it. All right. I don't chase. I wait for the daily stochastics to reset. They are not finished resetting yet. You're overbought on the RSI too as well. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Ethereum Classic is another one here on the radar people are talking about. I wish you guys didn't waste our time with some garbage. You know, it's a great coin. And it's actually, it's not garbage. It's pumping. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I won't do that because I can insult someone that's like, you know, I really like that one. But I mean, it's Ethereum Classic. But you're right. I mean, the daily looks like it's going to explode. Honestly, if you just flag it out right here, the daily's just getting started. It likely won't even fill out the flag that I have drawn. It looks like it's just going to continue to rip to the upside. And look, I mean, it's got the Adam and Eve double bottom. Easy money, right? So speak of that. Make your neckline, which is like diagonal here. Neckline to the bowl. And so I see this thing easily moving up to 34. And it's going to do it very soon because it's in the Adam and Eve. And again, I could be wrong. But you got a stochastics pushing up. You got the RSI doing its thing. You got the MACD rip, and you ripped already today. So, I mean, you know, the time to get in was before the rip, technically. But it gets above this resistance. It's ripping right up to 28, and then I see 34. Highly likely in under 2 weeks, this thing is at 34. Highly likely. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just the crypto lifer that goes over the charts every single day. What do I know? It doesn't matter, right? Let's take a look at ladies here on Mexi. My ladies coin. Remember, these are memes. Be careful. So we put out ladies back here, all right? And we nailed it, apparently, right? It boomed up to the upside nicely and then got sold off like a meme coin should, all right? Now you want to pull a Fibonacci. take a look at it and see that it's in the golden pocket. Fibonacci golden pocket. It likely will come down to the 786 and get a little more extended. But definitely, a better accumulation zone. Do I like this coin? Do I trade this coin? No. Am I going to buy this coin? No. Are there other memes that I do play? Yes. Do I think they're better than this coin? Not really. I got into better positions in them, and at the righter times. And I just don't warm up to this coin enough. It does get some love. It was mentioned by Elon Musk before, and it did pump off that. Could it happen again? It very well may. It has a bit of a following. People like it, but everything has a following. At one point, enough is enough, right? It could break out. The measured move just, would take it further up. I see it might want to come back to this 200 SMA first and touch. Little curvature there on the 4-hour time frame. The RSI may want to get below the dotted line a little bit. It's definitely very close to where I would, if I was looking at any asset in the world where I'd be thinking of accumulating, inside this green box, somewhere like that, if possible, would be really the sweet spot for my ladies. All right, TIA, which just continues to rip faces off of the world. I can't believe this thing. I was like, is it at 12 yet? 13, I'm just watching it get tighter and tighter in this, what's called a symmetrical triangle, which mainly do break to the downside. But this thing's been very hot with a lot of FOMO on it. At the same time, you got some strong bearish div. That's swinging down while that's swinging up. And you did get the pullback. Not a lot of support around here. Right there, it's hitting. Would it come down and have to make a bigger support? I pull a fib from this impulse here, and it does say we might have to come down to the 618. But it's all about this trend line. Do you have guts to buy into that trend line? To me, it's a little too risky for me. But if you believe in the coin and you want to get in and you can't take it anymore, which some people probably, they'll buy anyway. I do see the measured move up 42%, up to 1794, up to 18 about. But again, it all depends on this trend line. This trend line breaks, we have ourselves a bit more of a falling wedge, and then we're looking for the 618 golden pocket. If I was swing trading, you're waiting for the breakout and the retest of 13, because then you can easily know that that's all been taken care of, and that's not going to happen. Right? Once you break out, it's likely you're not going to go into these areas again because you fought so hard to make them with the pattern. And you do have a bit of a support. All you have really is this resistance here that became support. You did bounce. It's just not that strong. And it's a very new. And there could be enough sell-off to keep it to go down, I don't know if anyone has their eyes wide shut. Get out by EOD. That's kind of creepy, man. Hottest day of the year. My digital journal. Funny. I don't know if anyone else has their eyes wide shut, but get out end of day. Hottest day of the year. I'll take it one step at a time. I'll be prepared for anything that happens. Thanks, Jamie Zeno. Try clicking on it. Nothing happened. Guess I'll wait till it ever happens. Thanks, you. Ivan 10 wrote. When was the last time we checked Compound? Not too long ago. Op and Render went nutty after your stream yesterday. Great calls. Thank you, man. God bless you. We had a really good time in our weekly screen share last night. I appreciate it. You guys are helping me therapeutically get over the death of my mother. You really are. And I can't believe I say that. When I say that, I still can't believe I lost my mother. I'm just I'm that guy that lost his mom. And she died in front of me. She was like, I'm having a headache. Because you think death is this violent, you never think death is going to be this slow conversational thing. Oh, how you been? Oh, I'm dying right now. Seems like it's happening right now. Yeah, the headache's hurting. Wow, yeah. Oh, am I talking? What's going on? I feel funny. Am I funny? Ma, can I hold your hand? Ma, and then you notice that her other arm's not working, but you don't go, you don't make a point about it. You're just like, oh my God, my mom's arm's not working. And then you just be like, don't worry, Mom, I love you. You hold her other arm and you keep talking to her and telling her that, am I going to be okay? She said to me, am I going to be okay? And she looked me deep in the face. And I firmly believed that she was going to make it. I didn't think she was going to die at all. I thought she was just going to have a stroke. I didn't think people died at 74 that were super healthy like my mom. She was so healthy. She died suddenly. I'll be honest. She's on the list of died suddenly. I definitely think she was injured. But whatever. I'll get into that at another time. But that's how I lost my mom on Thanksgiving this year. if you're new to my channel. And I'm sorry to make you to bring it down a notch. We were all ripping and rocking and everything was going awesome. But, it just, talk about ripping a guy's heart out his chest, stepping on it and throw it into the ground, My mom was my soul savior. She was my everything. My dad wasn't like abusive, but he kind of had some issues. And, whenever my dad, was a little overboard, my mom was always there for me, So anyone that had like a stepdad or, and my dad was awesome. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like, as bad as other people went through, but, and just like me and my mom had that closeness that, like a brother and a sister, like me and my mom were just, you wouldn't believe, like as close as a son and a mother can really get, and I look forward to every moment that I spent with her. Every time I was really happy whenever she was around or I was near her. And, now that she's gone, I realize it's just because she was just such an amazing person, So we double bottomed off of 12.12. Remember I talked about this coin in my trading group, GRAIL. I believe we talked about it last week or maybe even in the, I think on Monday in the morning I went over it and talked about it, right? But it's a newer coin out. That's kind of coming out, Camelot. It rounded down around $600, and then it, mooned out. I don't know why it's so expensive, but now it double bottomed. It's pushing out, and it looks like there's just not a lot of resistance for it. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets back up to that $4,700 level. Thank you for sharing. I'm grateful to have my mom with me. Yeah, look at the positive. She was surrounded by family and not alone. That's how I keep looking at it every time. My mom had a stroke at 54. She's been gone for 25 years. My best friend, she is in paradise. Man, see, you still feel the same way I feel. So it shows that like 25 years will go by and it won't matter. You know what I mean? It won't matter. Like it'll still feel the same, because that's how connected you are to somebody. Like time doesn't just make it disappear, Let's take a look at Flamingo on MEXC. And I've been watching it. It's just tight and getting tighter and tighter. It's suspenseful, taking its time. 6 hours a little high, might come down again. And that's it. I put a stop loss, let it sit. Either it hits or it doesn't, Patience is what patience is on that coin right now. Doesn't have a lot of buzz. No one really knows about it. So it's, it's just another one of those coins. It's probably going to move when no one's paying attention, right? Inverse Dow. All right, looks like I had mentioned it here. Got a nice little pump. Came back up. It's in a giant Adam and Eve. You see that? So it's likely to move. Everything that I saw in this pattern within 2 to 3 weeks was up higher than it used to be, So to me, I don't see how this doesn't do it, but you never know. But everything I ever saw that was in that pattern has done it. I don't like the spread on this coin personally. See how the candles aren't as full bodied as the last few setups we looked at. I do see a bit of a cup and handle here. It's retesting a support zone. It's right on a high volume node right there. You want to see it kind of hang above that and continue up. Oversold on the daily, curving down a little bit though, but previous support becomes resistance. You have a golden cross that just happened on the daily. That's, So yeah, this thing's likely to break to the upside based on the technical analysis. Measured move would take it to 56.82. Not my coin, not my trade, but it has, the Adam and Eve double bottom. It has the flag. It has all the things that I look for. All right. Let's take a look at Quick, which is Quick should be Quick Swap, right? Which is on MEXC, and Quick Swap is the swap for Matic. I have it in this beautiful flag. When Matic starts to rip, but Matic hasn't gotten its turn yet. But when the money turns and Matic starts to get some memes and things, Matic's ecosystem will wake up, and we will see. I see $132, $1.32 Matic coming. All right. Sorry for your loss. I can relate 100%. Yeah, Ergon Siri, help those that have been injured and the families if you consider legal. Aaron Siri, help those that have been injured and the families if you consider. Aaron Siri. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. A great way to stay in touch with your life or community. Thank you so much for covering ETC. Love ETC and making bank running ETCMC smart nodes. Interesting. There's always a way to make gains in crypto, man. Matic gonna pump huge. Yeah, so quick swaps in the cup and handle just waiting for the move. And it's really just been days of it just kind of going sideways. You know, because no one's selling it. And it has a really good use case once Matic really starts to get big. This is going to be the token. And I see a 47% gain coming for quick swap. All right, it's 5 cents right now. They denominated the coin. It used to be like $1,000 a coin or something, you know. Anyway. Coach Wyver is giving the signal. You should listen to the coach. Why? Why is she giving me the signal? What signal, babe? You're giving me the signal? Oh, someone said that you were giving me the signal. We've been doing super chats. Yeah. So let's take a look at Sauce, Egu, Syncus, Super, STX, STORJ, and 3 Bull. Man, you guys are just, this isn't, I might have to say like only 50 super or 20 super chats a stream or something. I don't know what we're going to do. We got to, I would just keep it going until we, you know. So I talked about this thing in a beautiful cup and handle. You can see I had it drawn right here. Sammy, cup and handy. I even had the green zone. Whenever I do that, you know, that's my area. Previous support was resistance. We're at the 706 Fibonacci. We wicked almost to the 786. We were in the golden pocket. And we hit the target and some for saucer swap. So shout out to anyone that jumped on in. Huge wicks to the upside. The daily suggests it could continue. So delete all my older work and we'll take a look here. But that's what happens, right? Still don't like the spread on it. It's funny, but smaller coin. Whenever I see a spread like that, it tells me I can't put too much into the trade. So if it's working well and people are using it, it's got utility. And if it's got utility, it will go parabolic on a chart because on a chart's perspective, it's looking like it's ripping, but people are just using it for what they need it for. See, that's why Solana goes, see, people don't realize, like, because when I was a charter and I just looked at the chart, I forgot that people were getting into things for the other reasons. Once I started getting into DeFi, then I learned a lot. And I said, oh, this is what people are doing, right? 26.63, man. It's going to 27. Look, the stochastic still got room to move here on the 2-hour time frame. This thing wants the moon. 1 hour, just look and see. You woke up today with the 1 hour low. It said it was going to pump. It pumped. Some bearish div now on the 1 hour, though. Tells us that this is probably a good time to get out. You know, it's got to pull back to like 18. I can't believe it. But if we hold it for a year, I'm looking for $100. I believe it can 4x from here. Mara. This is Marathon Digital, a Bitcoin mining company. All right. Funny. Benzinga, what's going on with Marathon Digital? Announced a purchase agreement with Generate Capital to acquire 2 Bitcoin mining sites for $178 million on Tuesday. The sites will be its first fully owned mining sites, and the company expects that it will reduce its cost per coin by 30%. Dude, they're going to reduce their cost per coin by 30% on that deal. That's huge, right? The stock has gained more than 40% over the past 5 days. Man, I picked one of the biggest gainers in the market, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, those Bitcoin fees are paying miners good. Looking like this is going to be a bear flag that drops to the downside here. We need it to be like this weird, funky falling wedge that they broke out of and messed with a bunch of times. We need that bounce back to the top of the channel. 15 minutes says it's about to roof us. See how we're curved on the Stokes and you didn't get above a previous resistance? It's usually a dump. A nasty dump too. So it's looking like we're going to take a dump right now. 15 minute is saying we're going down. Where are we going? Trying to see, like, I guess we would take this as an M. That's a inverted cup and handle. Yeah, so like, and then you lose the point of control, you drop. So you would have to say the next consolidative areas. So you're looking for a drop down to about 43.2 and then possibly to 42.9. So, you know, I know everyone's all bullish and it's all gravy, but I got to do my job. And the 15 minute doesn't look good. You know, 7 minute either. The smaller time frames are going to have to hold this off and make some type of right. It's going to have to make a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here. But, you know, right as I say it, look, Bitcoin's starting to drop off. So 43.5. I mean, the 15-minute Stokes are pointing down, and you didn't get above a previous high. That's bearish every time I see it. No two ways about it. You can't candy coat that and make it any different, you know. Remember, my bigger play suggests that we can end up down, we can come down and test this bottom trend line, and we can test 42.9, you know. Appreciate your content. Thoughts on Doge, Elon, Mars? Can we look at Turbo? I'm at work, and I cannot do that. Interesting. Turbo and Elon. Wow. All right. So we looked at EGU. No, not yet. All right. IGU. Let's take a look at IGU. And that's the IGUverse, if I remember correctly. IGU USDT. You got to do two U's. The IGUverse. All right. EGU. And I remember seeing this on MEXC. There it is. EGU. So this thing pumped hard, like everything in the market. See, that's the thing. That's why it pisses me off when I look at Casper. It doesn't piss me off, but it disappoints me. Because like everything in their mom went from 3 to 8 or 3 to 9. You know what I mean? Like 2 to 3x at least. Come on. And Casper's just still where it was in February. Like get out of here. You know. Like you're doing something strange. When the whole market rips and you can't rip, it means your company is not. Something's wrong. There's insider trade. They're selling off, like they're selling the coin off behind everyone's back. They're doing something. The whole market's going up and your coin can't go up with the market. What's going on with your coin, man? There's something going on there. You know what I mean? Now, there's some exceptions to the rule here and there, but for the most part, come on, man. You know? So I like what I'm seeing here with the tightness. I see the consolidation. The 4-hour wants to push up. The moving averages are getting a little far apart. You know? That's just what's kind of telling me to be wary. The 8-hour has a little more gas. I wouldn't be surprised if we got one more big push up. The target is 13. And it's very tight in the channel. Moving averages are tight. The second it loses this, though, it's going to drop right down to 0.6. It's just it's high risk because, you know, you don't have a lot of support or resistance. That's all. It's really new and you don't have a lot of history on it. But it's basically, you know, pretty bullish to me. The whole market's looking good, so would I long this? No. It looks like there's a move coming, but I'm just, you know, I'm not totally into it. Wow, shout out to the $146 in chat revenue, 957 people on the live, 598 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the love. I don't think it's a sure sign of manipulation. If anything, meme coins blasting off really shows how the market operates. No. You don't understand what I'm telling you. It's okay. It's okay. All right, let's take a look at, I'm pretty sure we looked at Flamingo already. FLM, we just said it was a light. Yeah, we looked at FLM. Let's take a look at Syncus. Syncus we got to look at here on, also look at pumped up and came all the way back down again. Just be careful, man, trading these memes. Don't get, you know, I put a little bit of money in them and play them for fun. Like, don't get, you put your whole life cycle in them and you can be, you know. So look, we looked at Syncus, could possibly make a move, got sold down. And I don't want to make this the meme show. Like, we'll cover some memes, but that's how you know the market's changing. I mean, we 100x Safe Moon. We did a lot of crazy things in this channel. I got onto Cake at 60 cents, and it went to $44. I mean, it was insane. There's some strong bearish div there. Swing up, the swing down. Pull back, pull back. I mean, to me, you're just looking for pullbacks to support each time. You can add an MA. Turn it into the 21. Golden Cross attempting to form on the 1 hour for Pepe. What do you think? It just had a little pump, but if Bitcoin dumps, so does Pepe. You know, it may hold its gains a little bit, but it doesn't look like Bitcoin will dump hard. It will just pull back a little bit. But agreed, most of the market will take a pullback if that occurs. Possibly 92% comes if it loses this level, you know, and again, who knows? It's a meme coin, everyone. It could go all the way to 0 in 2 seconds. But, you know, some TA says the falling wedge could break up off of the support. 92% gains if it goes a little lower, or possibly 124. It is oversold in the stochastics, and the RSI is coming down. It's a good sign. And it's making higher lows each time. And look, I mean, it is on a continuous uptrend, right? The trend's your friend until it's not. I mean, it's in a beautiful trend. What you want it is to make an ascending triangle there. Consolidate, and then its next move up would be a little more enticing, you know. Can you see the ETFs being pushed back to March or pretty certain of January? I don't know, man. It really doesn't matter to me. It's exciting to think about. That's all. You know, and I know once it happens, it's going to be big. It's going to change the space. But, you know, I'm not really, you know, I'm just taking it one step at a time. Like, I'm watching my TA right now. It's important, right? So if the 7 minute, see how we got held right there? If the 7 minute can hold us down, which it looks like it may, turn this into an inverted head and shoulder, reverse our move, and get us back up here. I mean, this could be, you know, that could be a ballsy buy right there, to be honest, with a slight higher low. And we're going to have to stop the super chats, everyone, because I won't be able to do them. The show ends in 8 minutes, and we still have so many super chats to do. $158 in chat revenue, and I appreciate this. You people are unbelievable. Unreal. Like, you know, $158 a day times 30 days in a month. I mean, you guys are insane, right? Look, that's school teacher salary in super chats a year. You guys are unbelievable. And never mind the days people throw $500 and go crazy. So it's like, may God bless each and every one of you. I never thought this would happen to me in my life. Like, I'm so grateful and so appreciative. Like, literally, dear Lord, I'm praying right now. Dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. Thank you for my YouTube channel. Thank you for all the people that support me and love me. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my mom passing away with us all around her, so she didn't have to die alone. And, you know, I still can't believe I lost my best friend in this whole wide world, my mom. But help me cope. Help me find peace. Help me call to you when I need you. And just thank you. Keep me humble no matter how much money I make, no matter how big I get. Let me find that ability to remember where I came from and who I am. Amen. 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 Thank you. Thank you. SEI, my namey. New type. I don't get, that's your name, SEI? Amen. Sam, any chance you would look at Adam? 16 Solana gains with $10 with $100 in 3 days on YOTO. I know, it's crazy, right? So that's just Bitcoin for a second. It's back at 43,520. But I'm telling you right now, the 15 minute is looking brutal on us. When you see stochastics pushing down like so, like, you know, see how they're curving aggressively down? Yikes. That means the dump is coming on us. How bad the dump is going to be is the question. And this is like a descending triangle. Look at it. Now that I see the break back inside, I mean, it's got descending triangle vibes. I just saw this. And now we got our measured move. Take us right to the bottom of the pattern. So it's a high probability we're going to dump down to 42.8 for whatever reason, but that's what's likely going to happen today. All right? Unless the smaller time frames can hold us down and keep it from getting worse. All right? Super. And my brain winds down right now. Like, it's harder to do this. It's just weird. I can't explain it. I start to live stream like, let's go, brah. And then like 11:50, 11:30, and my brain just like. So I like Super Farm. I've been watching it on KuCoin here. I've got a trade out with a stop loss and everything. It's tighter in the zone. This has been out to the trading group. We've talked about it. You just got lucky with seeing something that we go over almost every day on the group. So you got lucky, but that's one of our setups. Super's looking pretty nice to me. And it's hot. And it's consolidating and getting ready for another bigger move. It's on KuCoin. Okay. STX just continues to rip. Shout out to STX. We appreciate you. What a move, right? We were in talking about it right here, 111, and went all the way to a high of about, 155. Let's delete our old work and take a look, but STX for rippage to the upside. And actually, let's send this to the gains factory. I don't know if we I think we have it, but I'll just send it to Sean. I think we have it, though. We've made so many gains recently, it's insane, you know. So from Bloomberg, which is interesting, it says from Bloomberg states that there's a lot of puts in the market with expiration dates on the 12th of January. This could propel the price upward to right around the ETF decision news. The open interest of the total amount of outstanding contracts for puts allowing holders to sell the digital currency expiring on January 12th has surged. This made the put-to-call ratio on the contract well above those for contracts with other expiration dates further out from the deadline, according to the data compiled. You know. Crypto job. The spot Bitcoin ETF race could quickly reach your 401k retirement plan. Assuming the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approves spot ETFs, more companies might decide to offer it within their 401k lineup. Retirement savers who want a taste of Bitcoin without owning the cryptocurrency coins directly could soon gain the access they've been craving. I'm telling you right now, it's going to change the world, man. You're going to be able to access Bitcoin without having to buy it. It's going to change the game. Wow, 2662 for Mara. Something's brewing, right? The markets are brewing. Follow me at CryptoLifer33 for tips, inside knowledge, and just, even just little, cute, little, what do we call, cookies. My son just called spaghetti scabetti, and it shall forever live on this house as scabetti. It's funny. What is spaghetti? Or kids always say something funny, but we had a name for it too. My daughter never said it right, Yeah, man. This guy did it. Yeah, Crypto Face. He goes, dang, my altcoins. That's how we do it in the Lifer Trading Group. You know what I mean? Fat, Phantom, Fat, Rare, just to name a few. Dude, we gobble up these coins, man. We gobble them up. Anyway, I even put my portfolio out here. I wanted to see what people thought about it. I had some Casper, some Bitcoin, some Wild, some Joystream, some MX token, some NEAR, some GFAL, some Gala, some Tara, some S-Fund, some OP. All right. Simple fact, you're totally tapped into the crypto space is amazing. The fact you take it on another notch and teach people about trading is just breathtaking. Look at that. Simply the fact you're totally tapped into the crypto space is amazing. The fact that you take it on another notch and teach people about trading is just breathtaking. God bless you. You're going to make me cry, man. More cowbell. I like this guy. Convert half the cash to ICP. Thank me later. Oh, God. Cash bag seems a bit low. It's so funny, man. Love Bitcoin and Casper, but lots of low caps. Huh? You must be brave. You will make more money having all your money on ICP. Diversification is not good here. Need more ish coins. I feel like this might be a joke. I'm genuinely unsure. Where's Bytes? I'm also holding bags of something pretty low caps in case it explodes. It becomes something big. Not bad. A little too safe. LOL. AKT is missing. Nah, it ain't you. Move all that into a mix of Cardano and Cardano DeFi ecosystem. Funny. Have to have ICP. Best tech always comes out on top. You're missing out on the best L2. Arbitrum. I got Arbitrum. Yeah. That was just a little tiny portion. This cannot be your real portfolio. You need some R-bill, Looks solid to me. You got safety net with Bitcoin, then Cas. Fund will be so good. And GFAL Gaming. Well done, sir. I like this guy. Hey, he likes it. Yeah. Too many ish coins with no utility, right? Sell everything and dump 70 into Casper in 20. Then only 2 you need. Funny. Where's your Y Predict AI? Get rid of Gala. It's dead. Hello, PCP, GFAL, Myriad, and our better choices. I would add Quant, Chainlink, and Solana. I might transfer some of my Gala into Myriad. That might be a good idea. You know what I mean? Might be a possibility. But I think Gala can still 100x from 50x from where it's at. And I have a really good idea why I believe that. You're a degen, and I love it. Nice. Tara is flagging out for another big move. I got a small bag of Next as well. It's ranging all-time highs. Dude, I love the feedback you get when you reach out to Twitter. Like, only on Twitter would you get so many people like commenting, you know what I mean? And giving you their really. Crypto Billy, this was life about. Giver's gain. That's so cool, man. Santa's post office. So awesome, man. I love this. As the year draws to a close, let's reflect on all the calls made by Bitcoin bears. A thread. Oh, I really thought you had a thread out. That would have been hilarious if you had an actual thread. You know what I mean? Because it really is true, though. Shout out to Tommy Crown. I'm the only guy that calls him Tommy C. You know what I mean? Bang. Look at that Mara, baby. Mara, baby, Mara. Anyway, and I got 40 grand that's got to go back into the market. I got so much, like, you know, it's like stressful having, you know, money that has to go back in the market. So look, we got the bounce so far. We could be making the right shoulder. We're getting the hold off. 777s shouting out right now. Look at that, the 777s. Amazing. Amazing. And I had to take a break from the super chats, everyone. I just had to take a break. You know, my brain, I needed a moment. I just did. You can only do so many super chats for so long. You try doing super chats like I do. It's insanity. All right. Shout out to all the nice people out there on the space. Shout out to all the nice things that are said about me. Shout out to the people that are super cool and super awesome. Blessings on blessings to each and every one of you. Kind of an, you know, what I call an ascending cup and handle, where the cup ascends and the handle comes on down. Daily says, you know, it's got some bearish diff, right? You're swinging down while you swung up, and you're away from the 21. You know, we had a nice run. Things were awesome. Don't get too caught up in the hype. I see a pullback here now, possible. Either a pullback or sideways price action. But I don't, you know, and again, I could be wrong. It could make a huge jump up. You know, one of these two things. But the, you know, the bigger time frames, the 8 hour looks interesting. You know, you'd have some support there. You'd have some support here. One at 127, one at 115. Interesting. The move takes you to 203.99. All right. Does anyone know, with UPS, can you ship to Canada with UPS? Not USPS, but UPS. Can you ship to Canada with UPS? I mean, I could probably ask Grok, right? I could ask ChatGPT. Can you ship to Canada with UPS? UPS offers fast forward delivery to Canada and around the world. Okay. There you go. I believe it's pronounced Grok, not Grok. I don't know, though. Then why wouldn't they have put the C in then? You know, like you did. I'm just saying. You know? Hey, I mean, no offense. I had the drum roll and the laugh, so I have one up on you. You know what I mean? You know, I like what I'm seeing here. Could be a bigger pullback. The daily suggests that it's going to pull back a little bit. The 22-hour also suggests it's going to pull back a little bit. Let's see what happens. I don't see a huge pump coming, so I don't think we got a FOMO in anytime soon, but I definitely feel like this thing can get hot. And the fact that it ripped through its all-time high, and again, it was just 50 cents. It went to a low of 47. UPS, which goes to Canadian Post, will typically just waive any fees as they can't be bothered. Are you bullish on GRT? Of course you can, but the receiver will need to call ahead and get the duties and taxes cleared as soon as they get the TRX number, else it gets held up. I am Canadian. Call ahead to who? They say laughs trigger a harder response in humans. A herd response. They do. They definitely do. I don't know if I can finish these. I mean, I always finish, so we got to finish. But geez Louise. So we talked about STORJ breaking out. My target was 111. We hit 111. We wicked out. We came back down. Now getting a major sell-off for STORJ. And you would expect that after a pumpage, right? Especially with lower volume. So what do I see happening for STORJ now? If it loses the 21, it's coming somewhere to the 200 SMA. Let's look at our daily. Yeah, so our daily's just starting its dumpage. Okay. You set up your support and resistance areas. There was a bearish div that formed right there that told you to get out. Once you saw the bearish divergence, it was time to bounce. What kind of music is this? What are they doing to me? So I see a pullback for STORJ. I mean, it's the daily's overbought and the stochastics RSI. Pull back to at least here. It may even go lower. But I would wait for and I would just literally put an alert on the Stokes. Add an alert right here and walk away. And when the Stokes reset, I'll get my alert. I won't waste any time. When the receiver gets the tracking number, they have to call UPS to clear the packaging or duties and taxes. Else they will hold it up and contact the receiver to pay. Interesting. I feel Solana is pumping. Is VCS recouping the FTX losses? Link BTS pair looking nice. Double bottom Adam and Eve looking ready to pop. Interesting. I was thinking USPS is good. UPS private is a no-go. Interesting. But he says UPS will work. Power friend. UPS will demand fees for sure. All right. Interesting. I have no idea what's going on here. Let's take a look at 3-Bull on MEXC here. As I'm definitely winding down, you guys see me in rare form now. Now, 3-Bull had a huge run up. It really did. All right. And so I'm like, did it break parabola or is it, going to do its thing? And so I'm watching here to see if it's going to consolidate. If it consolidates, I'm definitely thinking of taking a swing trade on it. I don't own any long term. I did put this out on my trading group when it was super, super early and no one talked about it. I thought it was just interesting using the number as the B and, I don't know, thought it was kind of creative. Daily's oversold. I do see a bearish div though, and it wouldn't be horrible if we did a pullback, And you kind of look for where is the 200 SMA. There it is. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back. These are some very small coins. Not all of them are like ripping like Solana, like people think. So I'd be very careful. If it holds this line and comes back up, I mean you're golden and you're staying consolidated. If it starts falling back down here, you're looking for the 200 SMA. So that coin's kind of in the middle right now. And that's why you need to know whether you're going to be in there long term or, And my man gave me Venu Chain. Jamie talked about this coin. He gave it to me. He said, Venu Chain looks interesting. Could get hot. I drew it. I talked about it. It went up 309%. Shout out to Jamie. Again, Jamie, now you're 4 for 4. He nails VC USDT. Venu Chain. Now I draw a fib on it. Simple stuff, right? It's in the golden pocket, 618. To me, I'll be lucky what I got beforehand out of it. And it's in a broadening wedge. See how it's a little getting chubby? Look like it's going to come down to the bottom of the pattern one more time. Maybe 786. Doesn't have a lot of support or resistance either. This is more of a gamble, this coin, I know nothing about it. And I would deep dive it right now, but I'm exhausted. Turbo, Elon, Pepe, and SEI. Let's take a look at Turbo. I've been watching Turbo closely. I've had this trend line going. It's fallen back down to the golden pocket. Looks like it could get a nice pump out of this back to the upside. All right, so that's kind of what I see for Turbo. The stochastics say it's going to pump. It has good odds of making a break to the upside, just getting back to the top of the channel though. But it looks pretty good. And Doge Elon Mars. All right, a coin that I've talked about in the past. I actually have this out to the trading group. It's getting super tight. If Elon Musk comes out and says anything about Doge taking payments, or just anytime, X.com gets spicy, you look for Doge to get spicy, and then you look for Elon to, in that tightness that it's getting, it's telling me that a move is coming for Elon. So, reminder for Elon, and thank you for reminding us too here on the channel. But yeah, I have this in the trading group. I traded this on and off a year and a half ago. This coin is like dear to my heart for a meme. And yeah, Doge Elon Mars, man. The story of Doge Elon Mars. It kind of has this whole little like a dog that came from space. Anyway. And this is like the tightest I see an asset get. Like it's getting super tight in the channel. A break up or down is coming in the next like day or two. I feel like probably less. Am I really towards the end? Solana. Sorry. So Solana, I see it at 103. It almost got there. Got that little nasty sell-off, right? Earlier. Ripped out of the fallen wedge to the upside. Rising wedge, excuse me. And now you're just looking for this consult. You're just looking for a flag. And the flag actually has a huge pull. Pause. And that takes you further out. 122. Solana's going to be 130 before. It's going to happen before you know it. And you're back. It's $130 Solana. And I told you. When it was down here, it was going to be $130. I got in Solana at $20. I made a video of it talking about it, right? And we see this rising wedge breaking out parabolic. I put this out before it even broke out to my trading group. I talked about 132. My target's 132. Next one is 122 for Solana. All right. Merry Christmas. I'm long on Zilliqua and LPT. All right. Zilliqua doesn't really do it for me, man. I was all about that coin. Researched it. Did deep dives on it. Held it. Thought it was going to be the one. I talked about PEPE breaking out of this channel to the upside. I went over it. We saw it happen before it happened. Gains of possibly 29%. And there you go. PEPE to the upside. Tight moving averages. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. There's a low. There's a high. There's a higher low. Getting tight in the bigger channel. I'm just, and as that starts to consolidate, a bigger move could happen for PEPE. I'm a PEPE holder long term. I already made a penny off PEPE, but I'm a PEPE holder long term. And PEPE could do some really, really big damage. So watching PEPE closely. 29% gains possibly coming. It did hold 30. Let's see. Sorry. It's holding 16%. At one point, it was up 25. Shout out to anyone that jumped into PEPE for gains. Now you'd have to look at like a 15 or a 7 for a flag. And the 15-minute is flagging. That's something I would be willing to trade. Looks like it has momentum, and that could continue to the upside, at least to the top of the pattern. I'd be watching PEPE in this little flag. PEPE Scout flag. MXC token, thank you, Santa. Oh yeah, not sure they have much else worth on chain. Interesting. This is where Sam pinches himself and wakes up with 30 more supers to do. You're funny. SCI, man, we did it. I don't know. I feel like I'm a guy who's like eating a giant steak. I'm at the last bite, like John Candy in The Great Outdoors, right? So SEI could have made, 68% of the time a rising wedge breaks to the downside. It broke out. It got that breakout, but let's look at the bigger time frame. Like, did the daily get overbought? Yeah, and like you're just too far away from the 21-day moving average. You can't get that far away on the daily from the 21. SEI had a massive breakout. It was 11, went to 34. So you're just looking for it to kind of consolidate back down to the 21-day moving average and a local fib. Couple support and resistance areas to look out for, and if you believe in the coin, you think the project's worth it, then definitely somewhere between 31 and 27 cents is a buy zone. YouTube algorithm loves supers. They really pump the channel. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And now we go back and we give fan funding its due diligence. Shout out to Durden the Mad. God bless you. This is why I don't read the super chat. I just say the name. Durden the Mad, we love you. Bryson Gonzalez, we love you. 2 super chats. Glenn Epps, we love you. Appreciate you. And then gifting memberships. You're amazing. How nice of you. What nice people. Mars Solo, God bless you. RC Moore, God bless you. Flussig, God bless you for YOTO. COREUM from VM Alum Old Corp. We love you. RC Moore, Mars Solo, I'm going to make sure I get everybody's name here. Crypto Cajun, thank you so much for the super chat. J Dub Shub, we love you. Stainless Stan, we love you. We appreciate you. Joe Custer, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Highly Trained, thank you so much. Mythic OG. Mythic holding gains are slowing down finally. It looks like it may continue, honestly. We went over that together. Rod, we love you for the 10 pound. Crypto Sam, we love you. Live, laugh, and love for Quick Swap. We love you. Birdman, can you check out Salsa Swap? Dex, token, Sauce. God, shout out to Birdman. We love you, brother. 3rd super chat on the live. Rocket X from Jamie. We appreciate you. So Crypto Sam, Rod, Mythic OG, Birdman, Jamie, Crypto Rambler. What a beautiful day, IGU, yep. And Bling Style X. Super. I vote for giving memberships. You're the man. So nice of you. Live, laugh, and love again. God bless you. The official Gem Class podcast. Crypto Noob for 3 Bull. Jeremy Kinlaw. Glenn Epps again with the love. Wrong, Wolfy, sir. You know I give the fire, Wolf of Wall Street. What was Wolfy then? Explain it so we can get the right one when you do that. Highlight for long time no see. Love you, brother. Thank you. Can you check Solana? I'm long from 65. She's watching you over now. Thank you. That was very nice of you. Jamie Zeno, Glenn Apps, Jerry Kinlaw, Hulk Solana, Brandon. Appreciate your content. Thoughts on Dojalon. Thor, Golden Cross attempting to form in the 1 hour for PEPE. Thank you, Thor. And New Type. Shout out to everybody that gave. Brandon 2181. Shout out to everybody that gave a super chat. Unbelievable. $158 in chat revenue. 648 likes. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. So far, Bitcoin got the love. We got the bounce. The 7-minute came through. Inverted head and shoulder now. Looks like we may thwart the downside. Stay inside this bullish rectangle and get a massive move to the upside. Remember my 4-hour chart and this is the trade that I gave you here. Don't say I never gave you nothing. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the trading group later on today. Thank you for a beautiful screen share last night. Thanks to everybody that came through to the live stream. And have a wonderful Christmas with your family. 3 days to Christmas, baby. 3 days to Christmas. Shout out to everybody here. We had an amazing time on the live stream. God bless each and every one of you. Again, if you want to join MEXC, link is in the comment section. It is the place to be. All these coins that we found, all these new coins, everything, MEXC. I'm telling you, it's MEXC. All right, you want to join iTrust Capital, a beautiful sponsor to the channel where you can move a Roth IRA or IRA and trade cryptocurrency tax-free. All right, and of course, one thing I did also want to mention is BingX is having is hooking us up. All right, and let's see here. I did post it, I think, earlier today. Right here, but you might as well mention it because if you use my link to enter BingX, you're gonna have access to $150 in rewards that you can't get anywhere else, right? One way, you just deposit $30 of UST and get a bonus voucher of $50, and then if you trade up to 3,000, you'll get a bonus voucher of $1,000 up to 3,000 people too. So, or up to $3,000 up to 30 people. So jump on it today, and this will, this is awesome, right? And they're doing that only up to $150 in UST rewards only. If you join BingX today with my link, all right. And there's Bitcoin kind of sitting back at 43.6. A beautiful place to be considering like the highest we've been in a long time was about 44.7. I mean, we're in a really good spot right now for Bitcoin. So I see a big move coming. Possible, we didn't get the ETF news today. There was a chance we did. It was kind of like a hit or miss. Next week it could be, the week after. Don't worry too much about it. Stick to the charts. Focus on the charts, I'm telling you right now, and everything else will pan out. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here and being with the lifer. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for our awesome morning update, right? And then our night stream. It's Saturday night. And then we're going to have an amazing weekend too. So blessings on blessings. And then Sunday night, get you ready for Christmas on Monday, which is pretty awesome if you think about it. And the kids get more school off. You know, my kid got out of school yesterday. Then she has the whole week off next week. So it's pretty awesome. You know, I love when they get extra school off, man. But God bless you all. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night, afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. If you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, over and out.